playoff chances, more or less for you, Matt?
More.
what? 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 What's up, man? I think that's a little different than what you've been talking over the last.
Well. I'm going more because these Maverick fans told me that Anthony Davis was better than Luka as far as all-around player, right? So we got Anthony Davis back, and he's working himself towards being healthy. So with Anthony Davis back, and we can get Gafford back all the way healthy, we can get Lively back all the way healthy, maybe Dante Exum too. Yeah, the playoff chances should be good because everybody told me that this trade, that's why we made this trade, and that a few years from now, this was going to be the Max Christie trade. And we still got Max Christie on the team. We got PJ Walker, man. I'm thinking about
quarterback PJ Walker.
Went to the NFL, we got my boy PJ Washington. Averaging 14. You got Klay Thompson, who was a champion, averaging 14. You got Najee Marshall, averaging about 13, 14. And you got potentially the best front court in the West, you know. Mostly everybody that's in the West is struggling in the front court. So if the Mavericks don't have success, then this trade is even more of a failure than what I originally thought. I don't want to hear about Kyrie not playing because that is a good point. Kyrie isn't playing, but I've seen the guy that we traded lead us to the Western Conference Finals in 2021, 2022. Kristaps Porzingis was on the team. He only played 7 games in the playoffs, so he didn't help us get there. I seen him do something unrealistic, and that was by beating the number 1 seed Phoenix Suns in 7 games, and the 7th game was on the Phoenix Sun court. So I don't want to hear nobody say this is unrealistic because I've seen the guy that we trade help us do something unrealistic. We still got the same coach. We got Spencer Dinwiddie, and we got a better front court. He got there with whatever his name, Powell, playing center. I started center. That's why Kevin Looney killed us. White Powell, thank you. We had Josh Powell a long time ago. But so, yeah, I'm going more because all we need to do is get in, and can't nobody stop Anthony Davis. He's so great on defense that he's going to help this team be better. Luka being gone is going to help open up the floor for everybody else as he's been holding back, according to the rest of my Mavs or my MFFLs or whatever else the MFs we want to call them. But so yeah, I'm going more because they tried to convince me that that's the way it should be. So I'm gonna hold Anthony Davis and the rest of the Mavs nation that said this was a great trade accountable. So if this don't work, then if I gotta eat crow like they say because it didn't work, then that's gonna be on y'all, and I'm gonna put it back out there because I said it was a horrible trade and it's looking more and more like it to me, but
I got you. My reasons I'm gonna say less on them making the playoffs isn't because I don't like the team overall. I'm just looking at the math and the stats right now. So right now they are the 10th seed. They are a half game back from Sacramento, from getting that first home game as far as the play-in. So we'll see how that goes. But if they ended today, they would have to win 2 road games. One against Sacramento and then the loser of the Minnesota-Memphis game. And I just don't know if they have the horses to beat 2 of those 3 teams. I could see them beating Sacramento because I don't like Sacramento's Levine, DeRozan, Monk, Sabonis combination. For some reason, they just can't. That ain't no good combination. I don't know why the Kings went and got DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine after they just watched Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan didn't do shit for the Bulls. And then you got Malik Monk, who is not a point guard, running a point guard for them, and he can't get him into the sets like he needs to get. He's a scoring guard that should be coming off the bench. So he gets him into a lot of chaos where he's turning the ball over, just not getting them into an offensive flow. So I can see them being that. But when it comes down to Minnesota and Memphis, it's going back to star power. I don't see Ant letting Minnesota lose to the Mavs unless Anthony Davis becomes the Anthony Davis of old, but because he's been injured, I don't feel like he's in prime season condition to be just taking over games and dominating to lead a team into the playoffs against a Memphis or Minnesota. So